Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
It's a house!
We are all Richard Allen!
You pieces of shit got to the jury, didn't you?
You know, that's just one step above stupid.
Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains?
Hey, my wife's not standing there this time. All right, very cool. But now we've got Benny and Clancy doing their little love dance over there. Wow. Okay, well there we go. We'll get off of that. Where am I right now? This is weird. What, am I frozen or something? Or wait, hold on. Oh, maybe that's the one I was trying to get. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was weird. That was a weird one. I think I had I was on the Latah County Courthouse, or the other, I'm not sure what county it was, the new one that Koberger's in, that setup that I have for the courtroom. So that looked kind of weird. All right. Look at that. It's Lillian Gale up there, you guys. Can you believe that? Lillian showed up. So freaking, it's a miracle. Yeah. Okay, we have an update again on that other case really quick out of I think the Dominican Republic, the Rio Republica resort. The one that we were talking about yesterday at the beginning of the show, and we've gone over it for a while here, but just go over that. Hopefully we don't stay at 0 too long, you guys. Joshua Riibe speaks out for the first time after being named a person of interest. So now they've actually named him a person of interest in the Sudiksha Kananki case. The Sudiksha, probably. The Iowa college student linked to the disappearance of spring breaker Sudiksha Kananki has broken his silence as more details about his personal life emerge. Oh boy. Joshua Riibe, 24, was the last person seen with a 20-year-old University of Pittsburgh junior before she went missing. Since Kananki vanished, Riibe has been at the center of the chaotic case and has had his passport confiscated, forcing him to stay in the Dominican Republic under strict supervision. On Sunday morning, Riibe was spotted with investigators, his lawyer, and his father as the person of interest pointed at the sea, NBC reported. I'm just trying to help them out, Riibe told the outlet. The ocean is a dangerous place. Wow, what a profound comment that is. Riibe has told police, conflicting versions of what occurred after they were seen headed to the beach, but he provided more insight in an interview with investigators this week. The former wrestler said he and Kananki were in waist-deep water, talking and kissing a little, according to a transcript of Riibe's discussion with police obtained by NBC. This comes after his uncle, Richard, revealed to DailyMail.com that Riibe has a girlfriend at Minnesota's St. Cloud State University, where he also goes to school. He went on to claim a wave crashed and whisked them both out to sea. I kept trying to get her to breathe, but that didn't allow me to breathe all the time, and I swallowed a lot of water. But remember earlier you said she went to the shore and got her clothing? You saw her picking up her clothes? Adding, he used to be a lifeguard. Riibe, contrary to what he previously stated, alleged he was able to bring Kaneki to safety before she actually went missing. I mean, it still brings into play the other option where, he thought he should have been able to save her and is trying to come up with an excuse so he doesn't feel like he looks bad. But I think he actually did something more. That's why he mentioned she picked up her clothing, trying to explain like it was in his mind to mention. The last time I saw her, I asked if she was okay. I didn't hear her reply because I started vomiting. All the water, this is his other story, all the water I had swallowed. After vomiting, I looked around and I didn't see anyone. I thought she had grabbed her things and left. He refused to answer some questions, with officers probing him over how they could be sure what he was saying was truthful. Riibe was asked about what he told his close friend about Kaneki and what he thought about her disappearance. Investigators also questioned if he knew if Kaneki was able to swim, if she made any gestures or cries in the sea, if he called the cops or told the hotel. Hey, thanks, Paulette. And by the way, you guys, if you're out there and you can help support the channel, I do these live streams every single night. The channel's success on my live stream relies on your guys' generosity, and we're currently at 0 to start off this show. We hardly ever start off that, just even 5 minutes in, and we're still at 0. Riibe was asked about what he told his close friend. And then we're down here. He had told his friends about what happened and how he felt about the situation. To all of those questions, he said, "My lawyer advised me not to answer that question, and I followed their advice before going silent." Now, that's him right there. Riibe was captured on surveillance video from Kaneki, with Kaneki and a group of her friends walking to the beach in Punta Cana around 4 a.m. on March 6th. Her friends left 2 hours later to go back to their room, leaving Riibe and the med student alone on the beach. In one of Riibe's retelling of the incident, Riibe said he and Kaneki went into the sea and were swept away by a wave. He has also said he felt sick, so got out of the water and went back to the hotel room. Riibe also said he fell asleep on the beach. I mean, this guy's all over the place. The other story Riibe allegedly told the authorities was he saw Kaneki walking along the beach with the water up to her knees in the direction of where she left her cover-up on a lounge chair. Riibe's family explained the conflicting account as being the result of a different translator being present at each of 3 public interviews. There's 2 different for that. Riibe was caught on camera returning to his room at 9:55 a.m. barefoot and without his shirt. He told investigators he was aghast to learn that Kaneki had gone missing. Well, how come you were there when it happened? Anyways, so I don't know. It's getting, now he's a person of interest. So there you go. All right, so tell you what, you guys, is there any chance we can get the support for the channel up during the beginning of the show? Because it feels strange that we're still currently at 0 into the show. So if you have the ability out there, freaks, to support the channel, I would appreciate it. We're about ready to go into, this will be, I think it should be pretty interesting on the, yeah. All right, so let me just, well, since Lillian hasn't seen it yet, I'll play the zoomed in version of it. Well, hey, watch this, Lillian. It'll almost be as if you'd seen it before. Here, watch. That's my stabilization version.
See, this is the path that we go down.
Hey, thanks, Alley Cake. All airs.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi.
I don't know, man. I keep hearing such ludicrous stuff. I mean, who the hell's that one? Laura Lee. My God, she's like cuckoo. Hey, thanks, Alley Cake, Paul Ayers, Monica Reeves, and Sandy Shirley get the membership to Brian Wirch and Olivia, aka Olivia Ocean. All right, it's pretty crazy. So it's actually a wider shot, like it's from out further. But what I thought I would do right here, see, the way I was going through these images, I'm not sure what that thing's showing up there. Let's see if I shut it down and open it back up again, maybe. Yeah, not sure what that was. Let's see what I was trying to find in these still frames. So when you're going through it, somebody said, hey, if they were standing next to each other, it would be better to determine. No, it's like, no, it doesn't matter. I'm comparing her height to the bridge and his height to the bridge, and that's all I'm doing. If they're standing next to each other, you could visually see who was taller or whatever. That's about it, but it doesn't affect me measuring anything. All right, so I'm gonna do it again from scratch really quick, so people see what I'm doing. So this one is almost in the middle of the bridge, and here's what I put down for what I told it, ChatGPT. I said, let's see, I think it was right up here. Okay, I think right here. Determine the height of a person on a bridge given these parameters. Okay, and I said the width between side rails is 80 inches, which is 6 feet 8. The camera is facing straight down the bridge and is 1.5 feet right of the center, with the subject being approximately 30 inches from the left rail. Okay, now it's approximation, but that's pretty accurate, because if the middle is 40, you know, maybe you go over about 10 inches and 30 inches, and maybe he's, 28 or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think it's pretty accurate, and I'm not right in the center, you can tell. I'm off to the right slightly, so it's about as close of an approximation as I could make. All right. So then you take. Hey, let me just open up. I'm just going to open up Photoshop really quick. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Like the stuff sometimes that they put on some of these, like, I don't know, man. Jesus. This guy paused the video on one single still frame of the bridge guy and said, look, you can see the mustache. That's Ron Logan. These people have no shame, man. It's scary, actually. Scary. All right, so let's get this in here. File, new, so that should be the same size. Yep, there we go, boom. All right, so you guys want to see how I did it from the scratch, and we'll see what happens again this time. All right. Let's do view, zoom, fit on screen. There we go. That's a perfect one to do. So what I'd like to do is see how the lines are slightly going down that way. I like to rotate the image so that the lines are perpendicular to the horizontal or vertical. I mean. So let's see, edit, transform, rotate. So you can see the little graph on there, and then probably about like right. Let's see. Ooh, that was, whoa! What the hell was happening? That was crazy. So like right there, that looks pretty good, right? Maybe about right there, ish, something like that. I think that's good right there. All right. So, and now we can see on the side rail, the 4-inch height of these side rails is right there. And then right inside that corner is the shadow. All right, so now we just take, I mean, I sort of explained this in the video that I did, but I want to see, you know, if we can recreate it again right here. So then I'm going to go all the way down that line. So keeping it on that line, it's probably about like, yeah, something pretty close to that. Let's see. Right there. See that? And then this part doesn't matter to me because I just want the top of this will be the corner. So that's the width, the left width sort of marker for the left rail, right? So we'll go like that, and I'll put another layer on here, and then image, let's see. Fill, edit fill, and then boom. So it's right there. Okay, so the top of that is what we're going at. Then on this side, you can see, if I just move it over a little bit like that, we're going to be on this rail, and here is, you can see the bottom of it right there. So that's the right edge. Do you guys all agree with that? See how you can see the sun's hitting the side of that? So that line right there is the right edge. It's really simple. So now I'm going to draw a line from right here and follow it like that. So you can actually see it all the way down there. See how it's kind of, and there's this lighter stuff on the side. And you can go all the way down to about like that. So look at that, about right there. Oh, I got to do it again. Hold on. Kind of lost what I was doing. Hey, welcome, Joe VW. Right there. And then looks like about right. Right? I'm trying to get it so it's right along that, like right there. There we go. And I'll just bring it over here. This right side doesn't matter at all. And we're going to fill that in. I want to make sure that looks right. I don't know, maybe I'm going to, that doesn't look like, I think that part there I messed up on right up there. I got to make sure it's accurate. I think it's like that. There we go. Ah, Jesus, you gotta be kidding me. It just disappeared. All right. Man, this little portion here has been a struggle so far. Ah, man, I don't know what's going on. I'll get it to work here in a second, though. So what happens if I go like that? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, oh, I know what it is. What now? I go like that. Is that gonna work? Yeah. Okay. So now it's gonna work. And there we go. So it's really just, that's the left edge. Looks like. Let me try it. I gotta get this exactly right. It doesn't look right to me. Because I can see down there it did something weird. So I'm gonna go right here. Let's just start right there. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, we're having one of those massive lulls again where it makes it really hard to get to a goal. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, we're currently at 1/12 of the goal. So if you guys have the ability to, that'd be great. All right, so I'm going to use this one here. You can see his right leg's back there, but his left foot is right on the ground. So we should be able to do something here with this. All right, so I already have the I still have that open. Where the hell is it? Yeah, right there. There's the chat GPT that from earlier. All right, so we're going to go across the screen here and get the width, and this is just going to be to measure Abby, and this is just estimates, right? It's not like you know, it can't be exactly like you're sitting in a doctor's office with a height measurement. But let me just see what happens if I go to the top, right on it, like that. It's close, so that means I need a little bit more up here. So I think like right there is good, because I think her foot is stepping over that line slightly, and we go right across until we hit the red over here on this side. So this is 646. All right, so we got the width. Thanks, Kathy Fredmaker. Width 646. Let me do it the other way. 646 width by, and then let's get her height. So her hair is, she's kind of, let me zoom out a little bit. View fit to screen. I'll do that one. There we go. So maybe just slightly above where the top of her head would be, because her head's bent a little bit. I don't know if that would change it. It actually might make it higher because the back of her head is up there. So I'm just going to go right there. See that? And then down to right here. And that distance is 545. So then it would be by 545 height. So let's see what it says. Who knows? I don't know. Hey, thanks, Jerry Locker. I wonder if it's trying to remember what it told me earlier. Yeah, so now it's 5'7".
With the updated
right?
values, the estimated height of the person is approximately 67.5 inches, 5 feet. Let me know if you need further refinements.
Yeah, and so she's probably really like, you know, she's 5'4"-ish or higher, but with shoes on, right? So then there's shoes on, so she's probably 5'5". So that's within 2 inches. It's not a ludicrous number. You look at that and go, wow, that's crazy. I mean, it's right there, right? 5'7", okay? So then let's do the same thing with him. Because he's in the background and I see the top of his head, so I'm able to do it. And you know what? I wonder, did that not take the rotation? Let me, hold on a second. Let me try rotating this again. I might have undone the rotation, and that would affect the, because now you're measuring at an angle. Hold on a second. Yeah, that doesn't look like, looks like I undid the rotation. Oh, shit. God, that sucks. Well, you guys, you're going to have to sit through that whole thing again, because I got rid of the rotation. So edit, and that's why it's a little bit off. What's going on here? Oh, there was like a, okay, so image, edit, transform, rotate. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Okay, so you don't rotate it too much, but there it is. Alright, then I'm going to do this part again. This shouldn't take too long. Thanks, Jerry Walker! Okay, I'm going to fill that. I got some cool stuff that we're going to figure out where all this is on the bridge and everything. So I know exactly where she's standing on all of it. Okay, so we got that. And I'm going to go back over to this side now. Really clear, just right there. Follow that along. And that looks like it goes right up into there. Just like that. There. There you go. Alright, so now we've got it rotated. I was looking at that and I was like, wait, that's not flush. So I must have, when I undid stuff, it went away. Thank you, Vicky White. Alright, so let's go right here. And it's going to go, I'm just going to see where it goes across. And if that's, well, let's see. If she's standing there, that means her foot's back slightly. So it's right under, should be about like right here maybe, ish. Maybe. What do you guys think? If I, can you see where I'm highlighting? I think like right there is pretty good. Because her balls of her feet are pretty much right there. And maybe she's head's a little bit forward. And it could be that one, about right in there too. What do you guys think? I think that one's a little bit better. So your back kind of like on the same railroad tie, but below her leg to get the height, right? Not her toes are sticking forward, so that wouldn't be part of the height. It would be like right where her heel would be. So I think that's the one. And then if we, so about right there. Get a little bit more. Right there. And the width is 6. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to, you know, I don't know. I was just thinking, like right now, it's hard to tell which, like if her foot comes down there, and I guess you'd have to measure her height into that same spot. So whatever it is, you got to be the same on both of them. So you go right over here. Yeah, so that could be right because of the angle. That's back further than it seems because of the angle. But it's right on her feet anyways. Underneath there. One foot stepping over the opening there. How about that one? Does that look alright, or should it be slightly up? Right, maybe right there. Okay, so the width here is 639. Width 639. Height And then measure her from about right on the top of her head, because maybe the back of her head's going up, and then down here kind of into that same spot, so like right there. .645 or 545. 545. Let's see what happens. Probably going to be about the same. 5'7", 5'6", 5'7". Now it's 5'8", you know, because I moved it back.
With the updated values, the estimated height of the person is approximately 68.2 inches, 5 feet 8 inches. Let me know if you need further refinements.
And that's the thing. If you can find the exact spot on here that you need to measure it from, you know, like if you were going right there, because that's the railroad tie that she's stepping over, that could make a difference, you know. But on this one right here, the bridge guy, so let's just say she's 5, you know, it's coming up with, earlier today I had 5'5", I've actually had 5'4" for her, I've had 5'6", but it's never 6 feet 8 or some crazy number. So here is the bridge guy one. So if you go over from where his foot is right there, maybe about like that. So right here, that's too far. And maybe that, so you could do 295. God, I hope I didn't just lose that. I might have. What the hell happened to my... Might have just lost my chat GPT. That was all worked up and had everything going and everything. Hey, got a couple of coffees in there. Julia and Tito. Thank you. Yeah, I don't see the my chat GPT. It's gone. That sucks. Man, I mean, how do you get all that back in there? It's brutal. Thank you, K-Me. It just uses trigonometry and everything. I had it on the screen. I showed it. Okay, we're going to just try it again. It uses the pixel height. Basically, it's like this. It's like an algebraic, you know, you can actually do something where you said, okay, 80 inches. Make it 80 inches, you could say. And so how many, it uses the pixel height and pixel width of the bridge. So the width of the bridge and the pixel count of the height, knowing that it's 80 inches, it's able to calculate it. So I'm going to do this again. Let's see. Calculate the height of a person on a bridge with known side rail, or okay, bridge with distance between left and right side rail being 80 inches. The camera is shooting straight down the middle of the bridge about 1.5 feet right of center, and the subject and the person is about 30 inches from the left side rail. Okay, that should be basically where we were at. So there it is, you know, see it does all this stuff, and it's got this.
To calculate the person's height based on the given information, we need to establish the geometric relationship of the person's position on the bridge relative to the camera.
Alright, so let's see if it can do it already. Go back to this. And the width there, I'm going to go right where I had it. Right there. Let me zoom in on this. Can't tell if that says 286 maybe. So 286 wide. I mean, the thing is, you know, it's the person's never like 6 feet something. 286 wide. Okay, I will give you the height of the person and width height. I'll give you height and width, height of person and width between rails in pixels, like that.
Great. Please provide person's height in pixels as seen in the image. Width between rails in pixels as seen in the image. With these values, we can determine the real-world height of the person using proportional scaling.
And then the height, probably about right there. It will pop up on top of his head. And then right there. It's hard to 231. 286 pixels high and 231 let's see, 231 width. No, that was the other way around. It's 286 pixels wide. That was the first one. And then 231 pixels high. I'm not sure what's it. Doing some kind of calculation here.
To calculate the real-world height of the person, we use the proportion between pixel measurements and real-world measurements. Given, bridge width in real-world units equal to 80 inches. Bridge width in pixels equal to 286 pixels. Person height in pixels equal to 231 pixels. Step 1. Find the pixels to inches ratio. Scale factor equal to real bridge width pixel bridge width text scale factor equal to frac text real bridge width text pixel bridge width scale factor equal to pixel bridge width real bridge width equal to 80 inches 286 pixels equal to frac 80 text inches 286 text 286 pixels 80 inches equal to 0.2797 inches per pixel equal to 0.2797 text inches per pixel equal to 0.27 inches per pixel. Step 2. Convert person's pixel height to inches. Person's height equal 231 pixels, 0.2797 inches per pixel text person's height equal to 231 text pixels times 0.2797 text inches per pixel person's height equal inches per pixel equal to 64.6 inches equal to 64.6 inches equal to 64.6 inches. Final answer. The estimated real-world height of the person is 64.6 inches, or approximately 5 feet 4.6 inches.
Can I get a boom? Look at that one right there. 5.4 inches for Richard Allen back there. And that was live right there, you know. All right, now let's do, with the new setting, let's see what it comes up with on her, because I think that's really accurate. Like 1.5 feet to the right of center. And then these guys are about 300 over. All right, here we go. So let's do the, I'm going to go zoom in on that again. Let's see, view. Let's see. fit on screen. Well, that's definitely super chat worthy, you guys. Come on. Trying to get the ball moving tonight. We're only at 1/7. Just move it over. We're about right there, let's say. Nope, it's got to be up higher slightly. Right. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, right there. So her, you just go right to the edge there. And the width is 646. All right. So 646 width by, and we get the height of her from the top of her head right there. There's a little that bun on top of her head I'm not adding to it. Then down, and then right, probably like right there. Ah, shit, I didn't look at it. You have to, it's just a visual number that pops up. So you go down, and that looks like 540, maybe a little bit, like 540. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, so there, her toe's sticking over, but the actual spot is about right there. So 543. And then by 543 high, there you go. All right, let's see what this one says. I don't want it to read all of that again, but what's it going to come up?
Let's recalculate using the new pixel values.
Yeah.
Given bridge width in real world.
So it still has her, you know, it's like 5'7"-ish, you know. So if she's 5'4", 5'5", I don't think she doesn't seem like she's 5'4" to me, to be honest with you. But, you know, if she was, let's say she is 5'4", and you add the shoe inches, she'd be 5'5", so it's off by 2 inches there. The Richard Allen one is really accurate there. And it's hard, it would be hard to get it to be 6 feet. You'd have to like go way above his head or do something kind of weird to get that. But, you know, that's 5'7". Earlier when I did it on the video, it's like 5'5" I had once, and 5'6", and now it's 5'7". You know, so I mean, I guess if you were gonna make, if the one that would make her about, if you went like this, and you went right on the line that she's standing on, and went across, you'd be probably, let's see, 654. So 654 width. And then if you were using the same thing by going from the top of her head and then just maybe right at the base of that railroad tie right there, right at the top of it, and that would be 545. I guess not. Wasn't worth a super chat. High. And so that would be if you went right underneath the railroad tie that she's standing on. That almost feels like a good way to do it. But
The estimated real-world height of the person is 66.7 inches, or approximately.
So that one's 5'6.7", right? So that's, you know, it's close. That's, from that angle, it's hard to get the precise spot where her leg comes down, but I think it's pretty close to the top of the railroad tie there. It doesn't matter, Cindy. You always ask questions that are completely irrelevant. Like, what difference does that make? I actually think I have the answer somewhere, but it's just doesn't mean anything. But hey, guys, we are now how far are we into the show? We're 46 minutes into the show, and we're not even close to. We're at 1/7 of the goal. So Please, if you're watching this channel and you have the ability to help support the channel, that's what we do here, is try to raise funds on a nightly basis, because it helps me, allows me to keep doing the show, and we also give away lots of money. This year we haven't been able to give away as much, and I'm hoping this month, it's been pretty busy lately, and I'm hoping to be able to give away a number that we used to be able to give away, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 total at the end of the month. So if you're out there and you feel like my work is worthy of support, I would appreciate your support. One thing I don't like doing is asking on a nightly basis. I wish people would just realize that that's what we do here, as I mention it literally on every single show. So if you have the ability to, it'd be great. Thanks. All right, so check it out. I know where all this stuff is. We're gonna go find where all these locations are. Watch. So you see how there's like this little grass right there? We have all of that. I'm going to open that up in VLC player instead. Hey, look, this looks just like their video, by the way. I mean, that video you just watched, this looks exactly the same. I mean, it's crazy. It's the same end of the bridge and everything. So you see how that looks similar? I mean, look at that. Just nuts.
You want videos or photos?
Did that, what I just said, have any effect on anybody? It's wild, you guys. Some nights it's just like pulling teeth. Alright, let's see. I don't know if that's the one I was looking. Yeah, maybe it's
Video, or you want videos or...
Oh, you know what's weird? That's me talking to her on the phone. Listen to this. I just realized that.
So you want video, or you want...
That's funny. That's Beth, and I'm on the phone talking to her 7 years ago.
Photos.
That's hilarious. That's me in the background on that phone. I didn't realize I had that. Hey, thanks, Jacob Johnson. Alright, watch this. See that grass right there? See that? I don't know if you can see that very well, but that grass right there is the same grass that's behind, right next to Libby and that little, or Abby, I mean. And see this little wide open gap right there? That's the one she is next to. Watch this. I'm going to go like that so I don't lose that spot. And that's crazy. Watch this. So she's near the end of the bridge. So she steps onto that one railroad tie right next to the grass that's sticking out. See this right here? Even that, see how this part's even higher in the middle? And then steps forward. She's right in the middle of the railroad tie. So likely there's another railroad tie there, and then she steps over the gap there. And that gap is right here. Watch. What the hell happened? Like it went too far. And see, there's the grass coming up here on the left here. So basically, Abby is right about where this camera is right now. Right now, this is where she is in that video right there. Okay, because if you back up a little bit, see that? That's the grass right there, and then she steps over that little opening right there. Actually, and it's better coming the other direction. Hold on a second. Watch. Boom. And then turn it around. So from the camera's perspective, look. See it? This is where she is, right next to that. Hold on, let me go back. It's off the end of the bridge.
Down that hill.
See, that's where the girls were, and there's a little spot right there where they go down the hill. So Libby was probably like right over there when she was still filming.
Reason to go all the way down there. You want to go down this hill as soon as you get
Who's CC? Who's that?
off, and then they take you down there.
This is the video Melvin made for me a long time ago before she turned nuts.
There.
Well, she was even
Wanna
nuts
get
then,
you-
though. That's
yeah.
the thing. So there's that grass that's in. I guess we can go here. Put that right on that. And then go back over here. And look. See, look at it right there. Right here. That's what that is. And there's the big gap that she steps over is that one. See, that means she's about right here. That's how far she is away from platform 6.
And then they take you down.
And here's another one from that end of the bridge. Really clear video. Different day. Same month. March, I think. And look, here we come. Here's that wide gap right. Look at that. Look at that big thing that she stepped over right there. You see that? So that's interesting, right? Because that's something that Google Earth might actually show because it's so wide and different. And it's almost like an entire railroad tie is missing right there. So if we go up to Google Earth, let's see if what happens if we click on that. See, I bet it's right there. That one. It's hard to make out. Let me see if there's a better, different year, maybe. No. That's probably the best one for it. That one. But I think that's going to be about right here. And that's about... see, in feet, 13 feet from the end, something like that. Could be this one right there. You see that darkness? But, yeah, because you definitely would look different than the rest of these. Much darker. I want to try something over here. Where is that? Did I lose it already? Right here. So we put in the height up here. Can you determine the distance between two people on the bridge given their pixel height and bridge width at their location? I think you have to know their known height, though. No, that might work. Yes, we can determine the real word.
Yes.
Wow.
We can determine the real-world distance between two people on the bridge using their pixel heights and the bridge width at their respective locations. What I need from you, for each person, their pixel height, the bridge width in pixels at their location, the real-world bridge width at their location, if the bridge narrows or widens. With this information, I will calculate the scale factor inches per pixel at each person's location, convert their pixel heights into real-world heights, use perspective and proportional scaling to determine their real-world distance apart. Go ahead and provide the details for both people, and I'll calculate the distance for you.
How would they know that? I don't know. Let's see what it comes up with. I don't know.
To determine the real-world distance between the two people on the bridge, we need additional information. What is the real-world width of the bridge at each person's location?
I said that.
If the bridge width is constant at 80 inches everywhere, we can proceed with that assumption. If the bridge width changes, please provide the widths for both locations. Are both people positioned along the same depth, parallel to the camera? If they are at different depths, perspective distortion may need to be accounted for. Let me know these details, and I'll complete the calculation.
Seems like I told it what I wanted and it didn't get it right. Oh. Their heights are fairly close, meaning they're likely adults of similar stature. That's pretty, I mean, that's pretty accurate, you guys. You know, that's what they said.
Since the two people are at different depths, we need to account for perspective. The key steps are: determine the real-world scale at each person's depth using the bridge width in pixels at their location. Calculate the real-world height of each person to verify scale accuracy. Estimate the depth distance from the camera for each person based on their relative sizes. Compute the real-world horizontal distance between the two people. Step 1. Compute scale factor at each person's depth. Person 1. Bridge width in pixels equal to 286. Real-world bridge width equal to 80 inches. Scale factor 80.
Let's see, the ratio of their apparent heights gives us a rough estimate of the relative depth. If we assume person 2 is standing at a distance, person 1 is at distance, since the actual person 2 from the camera isn't provided, let's see, since the actual distance of person 2 from the camera isn't provided, we can solve for their separation in terms of D2. I have to go back up and get the I'm going to put that in there again. God, what are you talking about? I don't want to keep waiting around for it to come up with something. Why? What happened, Moofies? Did somebody say something bad tonight?
To determine the real-world distance between person 1 and person 2 on the bridge, let's go through the steps. Step 1. Calculate scale factors. We assume the real-world bridge width is 80 inches at both locations. For person 1, bridge width in pixels equal to 286. Scale factor equal to 80 inches.
Yeah, we know that, but what do you need? I already gave you what you asked me for. I gave you what you asked for. Okay. This means person 1 is 2.36 times farther from the camera than person 2. That actually makes sense.
I now have enough information to compute the real-world horizontal distance between the two people on the bridge. Here's how. Step 1. Compute depth ratio. Since person 1 is smaller in pixels than person 2, they are farther from the camera. The ratio of their heights estimates their relative depths. Depth ratio equal to 231,500 and 45 equal to 0.42 vortex depth. Ratio equal to frac 231,545. Ratio equal to 545,231 equal to 0.424. This means person 1 is 2.36 times farther from the camera than person 2.
See, that's interesting. So 2.36 times further. See, isn't that crazy? So, I guess we have to, man, I don't know how to figure it out. I guess the railroad ties themselves have a distance. Maybe that's where Cindy's railroad, if we know the distance between them, I think it was like 3 or 4 inches, then you could count the railroad ties and then go, okay, they were 20 feet or something like that. I don't remember being here last night. Our tornado was predicted yesterday. Okay. But what's going on tonight, you guys? We're just absolutely getting crushed. This is, we're not even at, we are currently at 1/5 of the goal. So, you guys want me to keep going, or? Because this is one of those nights where it's worth it for me to go do something where I make videos again for tomorrow, to hopefully people watch them and we can move forward. Yeah, I have lots of videos in this case. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a little bit further out. I mean, you can't see exactly. I guess if we use their video, the actual, this one, you might be able to count some of them. I guess I'd have to use the original. All right, well, let's get sporting the channel there then. You guys, come on. We got to get moving. This is, you know, it's going to be hours. Let's see. Where's the original? There it is, right here. Oh, see, there we go. We can actually count, I think. So she's more like 20 feet away in that one, but when she steps right over that, I don't think that's 13 feet. I wonder if you can, nah, you can't see that. So that's where her, right there, she's stepping over the missing railroad tie, right there. One, two, three, four. Okay, maybe we can do this. Let's see. Let's get an idea. So we already know it's 2.36 times further is what they said. Right? Remember that a minute ago? The answer was 2.36 times further. So I'm going to go look for our measurements that we had from years ago again. Hey, thanks for the coffee. I appreciate your factual, no nonsense content and watch all your videos as often as I can. Thank you so much for your hard work on your videos trying to educate the public in true crime. Yeah, it's unfortunate though, because since I'm not sensationalistic, I have nights like this one. So hey, thank you to Lida. Is it Lida? I think it's Lida. And then, oh, then Chris Fiend, is that how you say it? I don't know how to unblock. Oh. Hey, Chris Fiend, can you send me an email? You have to send me an email with your channel URL on it for me to be able to do that. A lot of these times they don't show up in my list. So I'll put my email in the chat, and you can send an email with your channel URL, all right? And if you can do it during the show, I can maybe do it. Yeah, I can do it quick. So here's my email right here. There you go. All right, so I'm going to go look for this little, it actually has the measurements of everything. And there it is, the rail information. And I guess all we really had back then was 6 feet 8, and it's 9 feet 11 to the outside. Rail height is 4, but the railroad tie width is 8.5 inches. So if we were looking at that, I mean, I would imagine that the gap between them, maybe we can look at some of this video when somebody's looking down at the ground, and we can estimate that. Uh-oh, something froze right there. Uh-oh, we're going to have this happen again. Uh-oh, things are moving around slow again on the screen. Here we go. Ah, jeez, here we go again. Just like yesterday. See, I'm kind of... It's almost like the RAM or something is being used up. Guess we'll have to wait a minute and see if it clears. What's it doing on the screen for you guys? Is it frozen up? Ah, Jesus. Crazy. Maybe now. Alright, there we go. Something got freed up just now. So maybe if we can look down at the ground. Does it ever just look straight down? I think that's a pretty good way to, you can kind of see right there, right? If that's 8.5, then that's probably like 4 inches, right? Wouldn't you think? It's about 4 inches. Ivan Victor said, "Let's go, freaks. Don't let the wacko Ivan do it before you bastards." Ivan Victor, the Idaho4 conspiracy theorist. Doesn't that sound about right? About 4 inches? If you look at that, spacing, ding, ding, you go to about right there. It looks, it might even be like 4.5 inches. Let's see, what's the standard? Let's type it in. Oh, let's do Chat GPT. They'll have it. What is the standard distance between railroad ties on a, I don't know how to spell it. Is it trestle like that? Maybe I spelled it wrong. Now they're saying 10 to 24 inches. That doesn't make sense. Okay, let's see. What is the standard distance between railroad ties on a train track? I guess that's obvious, redundant shit right there. Yeah, there's no way in hell. Maybe it's a lot bigger now or something.
The standard spacing between railroad ties also...
How about, yeah, what is the standard spacing between railroad ties on a bridge? Maybe that'll make it different. That's saying 10 to open deck bridges, 8 to 12 inches. Well, how about like...
The standard spacing between railroad ties crossties on a bridge varies depending on factors such as the bridge type, load requirements, and railroad specifications.
Okay. Sometimes as close as 6 inches. I was saying in the like 1900 time. This is an old bridge.
In the early 1900s, the spacing of railroad ties...
So what do you, just eyeballing that, you can see it looks like the same sort of ratio, you know. Well, some of those are way closer though, you know, so it's just kind of random. How about we do something like this? Let's count the railroad ties and then add 40% more for, how about 35% more for the distance between them. What do you think about that? Well, Ivan Victor put out a challenge to everybody, and it was met with nothing. Thanks, though, Ivan Victor. I appreciate it. Yeah. So everybody on YouTube, that you're on YouTube, everyone out there has their own YouTube channel, and you have to send me the URL if you want to be unblocked for your YouTube channel. Other than that, I have no way to do it. All right, so let's count these. And actually, that's not where we were going to count it. That we were just using that. So let's go here. Back to this program, and I think we were looking at, it was this version. Where the hell did that go? The hell, this is just crazy. What happened just now? Okay, that's the wide angle one. Okay, and that's the original. All right. That looks like, I think that one's the same one but split. Probably is. That makes it a lot harder. Or actually, it looks like there's one right there. So 1, 2. Okay, so that's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Man, it gets hard now. 16, 17, 18, it's like, I don't know. Jeez. That's brutal. Let's see. Let me try one that's not quite. Well, the thing is, the one I'm using, however, is back here. Not that, not there. It's like right there. And that's hard. It's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's gonna, maybe I can use this on the side. You can see the same railroad tie off to the side, which, you know, makes, I guess from here on we could try that. Yeah, so maybe once it gets here we count that, because it's the same thing. That's what I just said, Zozo, right there. So what if we go like this? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we can go 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, well there it gets kind of hard because you don't know where the edge of the portion is. And then out here, yeah, it's not clear enough. Wish I could just see it on, because I mean that bush right there is really right where she's behind that in this shot right here. So she takes, I mean, the stabilized version is so much better than that. See? So now you're looking at it like this. So that was a good idea. I guess you typed it in probably before I said it. Yeah. Now that I look at it. Yeah, see, look how clear that is. Like, just crystal clear stuff. Isn't that crazy, you guys? When you stabilize it like that, look at that. Ding, ding, ding. You can absolutely see the shoes perfectly. And then right now she's doing a long step over a missing railroad tie. And maybe we can assume they're still about the same distance apart. Yeah, that's me, Miles. And now she's way past that. I mean, she's getting right near the end of the bridge at this point. Oh yeah, see right here they say, look, he's got a mustache because we use this sharpening thing. A mustache. Does that look like he has a mustache there, you guys? Hell no. He's got a goatee, for sure. Like in that one, you can see it. They try to make him look as much like Ron Logan as possible. It was funny. So he's probably making up ground on her there. See, he's currently right next to the platform 6. In fact, in these photographs right here, that's where he is. Platform 6 is right there, and that's where we determined that a long time ago. There's that particular, that dark spot right there. You can actually, if you use these other videos, you can see the precise locations. So if you go back to the end of the bridge, and right there, that's the spot that Abby's standing by, and he's back here. It's just, how do we see? I think he's probably about 40 feet away from her at that time. Get fact. That's right. I should do that. Alright guys, I'll try it again. If you're out there and you have the ability to support the channel, we're still currently languishing at 25% of our nightly goal that we've been reaching. We've been doing so well this month to be ashamed to start heading backwards again. Alright, so as a group with 311 people, we should be able to easily reach the goal. Alright, so let's see what can happen. Let's see. Yeah, well, it's let's see what's going on. Get fact. I think you have to say ED. Get fact. I guess that's what it is. There isn't one. That'd be facted. So it's like, get fact. Ever since Gray pointed out the gun click between guys and down the hill, I can't unhear it now. Well, it's, yeah, so even on, like, when the guy was on Vinny's show, he goes, yeah, there's kind of a metallic sound, but that could be a branch clicking. Sure, but are there metal branches out there? I'm just kind of curious. Do you think that there's metal branches? And then what did the other lady say? She said, well, you know, the girls were out there, so maybe they went down the hill to meet up with the person, you know, the catfishing account person. And that's why they already knew they'd go down the hill. And then I was like, well, so you're saying Richard Allen was having them go down to where the catfishing was going to meet them? Because that is Richard Allen right there, right? I mean, he's bridge guy. So you're saying he had them go down to meet somebody. And then the other one's talking about, oh, Ron Logan loved talking about bunnies, man. You haven't heard it yet? Oh. Alright. I guess whatever sells, huh? I just think it's such meaningless drivel.
See, this is the path that we go down.
See, that time I heard that we go down again. Not that be a gun. And that's what I came up with. And by the way, they said the same thing on Vinny's show that says that we go down. You know, because I hear that, and then every once in a while, then like 50% of the time I turn it on, I hear that be a gun. I mean, it's crazy. But and you know what they didn't mention on the Vinny's show was how Abby's actually sort of whimpering, running by. You know, she's scared. See that? Like, oh God, you know, what's he doing? You know. It'd be interesting if you could figure out what they're saying.
That we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Meaning, if we're going to try to escape, that's the direction we're going to go. We need to go. And then they just sort of waited too long. And again, right now they're just hoping the person will turn around and go back. All right, anyways, so I'll play you the sound here in a minute, Laura. Just a second.
Hi.
See, right now, listen. This next little sound. You hear that? Did you hear that time? I'm gonna zoom in on that audio. It's right here. Listen. See, that's a That's actually a metallic sound. Right there. See, there's other crunching sound there. None of them sound like that. And it's also fits too, watch.
Hi.
He goes, hey, and then Libby says, hi, back.
Hi.
Then down the hill. Did you hear it that time? No, it doesn't, Karen. No, it doesn't, Karen. We just talked about it. We just mentioned it, Karen. Man, I think you do that shit on purpose, man. It just drives me nuts. I just explained it to you. It doesn't sound like stepping on branches because it's a metallic sound. All right? Listen. Hear that? It doesn't sound like the other, other crunching.
Hi.
See? There's all kinds of other stepping on branches and things, and it's just not it. Alright. What do you mean you just rejoined you? What does that mean? I always thought that's how he took control of them. Right, well, that's what we've said since the beginning. See, if you've been on my channel, you've known that. Okay? You've known that from the very beginning, because we literally have said that, he has a gun. At some point, Abby said, oh, it looks like he has a gun, but I'm not sure exactly if she says that now, but to me it doesn't really matter, because you can see a gun underneath his, like something bulging underneath his jacket. Then you hear the racking of the gun, and then he admits to doing that. So, I mean, I guess you put all that together, and sure, he had a gun. He actually has a 6-hour, the same model that the bullet that was found at the crime scene is from. Now, I'm not sure that it says that be a gun. Yeah, I guess you'd have to be out in the woods to hear it. Well, it doesn't sound like that, though, Karen. It sounds like a metallic gun being racked. Let's see. The sound of stepping on a branch or walking on gravel has a distinct sound. Right. But you can't explain that to people who, you play them something, they just want to hear something else. Let's see. Yeah, everything sounds like branches now. Yeah, it's all branches. Everything's branches. You can't hear the metallicness of it. I got headphones on right now, and it doesn't sound like a branch at all. Yeah, like I hear sometimes when I turn it on, I hear that be a gun, but I actually think it doesn't say that. I think it says that I can't remember what I had it say. Hold on, like that we go down. That's the hill that we go down. Like she's pausing because she's kind of listening and feeling for where the person is. And then a second later, she says, we go down here. So she even repeats it back. And so that really makes me believe that's what she was saying. No, that's not just to me, Karen. It's real. Law enforcement believes it sounds like that. Everybody using a factual brain, it does sound like a metallic something being racked. Okay? Okay, well, you must not be able to hear it very well. Maybe you need to put on some headphones, something like that. Let's see. Didn't he mention that one of the confessions... Right. Well, on the one that he gave to Dr. Walla, he said that he racked the gun and a bullet came out on the bridge. I mean, how the bullet got to the crime scene, I don't know, but maybe it fell into his pocket. Yeah, well, whatever. I think it's. I don't think it's being cocked. I think it's being racked. Like you pull back the slider, put one in the chamber. I don't think it's one being cocked. That's way too loud for that. Yeah, that's not correct. It's not like being cocked. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Why would she be? Right. So you're not one. You're not familiar with it. So just go with what they're saying. Oh, wow. That's what a gun being racked sounds like. Instead of pretending it sounds like a branch, Karen. All right. Think about it, though, guys. Gun click down the hill. He probably motion with it, too. Right. Exactly. Well, there are little tiny pebbles at the end. Look, see down below the feet right there? There are little things, you know, like. And by the way, you know, he's just coming off the end of the bridge. Never knew there was a difference between racked. Well, you know, I mean, I can just show you if you want. I mean, it's no big deal. Hey, Timothy Cecil. Yeah, so it's like, sounds like this. See, like, can you hear that? And like the rack pulling back the this is a 1911 that I'm using. So listen to this right here. This is just the cocking. It would sound like this, but it'd be really quiet, right? And then here's what it sounds like when you're racking it, like that, like, or you can do it quick, like, see, right there. All right. Does it sound just like that on the show? I can't tell. So if you play it from right here, I mean, it's probably it's also outside, so you have different audio environment. Okay. So there you go, Karen. What do you think about that? Great, I don't think so. This is for the Troll Foundation to help the trolls get new brains at work. Yeah. Anyways, they said that if we were going to look at from above, they said 2.36 times. So let's say she's about right like here in that first part of the video. Let's say she's right there. And then, you know, so 1 and then 2, and then he might be like right back here. And that's exactly what I've had. Let me show you where I have it measured if he's walking quickly. God, why is he way over there? Everything's all over the place. Man, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so what's weird is, look at how this is back here. That's how far back he would be at 2:13 and 51 seconds. And he's really making up ground because he's just walking really sturdy. And, you know, I don't know if that's really where he is, but, you know, if you went back here and said she's there, and you went 1, 2, and then a third, you'd be about right in this area for sure. So if you're here, let's say, so where Abby is, this is just where I put Abby in just general back in the day when I said where she might have been. It's very close, actually. I mean, that's very close to. So the bridge guy image we see out there, he's actually past platform 6 and he's here. But a couple seconds before that, you know, he's probably back in this area. I don't know how many seconds that is, though. But it's 43 seconds till he gets to the start of the bridge from where you... Or not 43, probably like 40. Yeah, it's hard to hear it in entirety because you're not expecting it, you know. That's why you can't hear it. That's how I am. There's a whole bunch of parts like that. Yeah, you are, Debbie, aren't you? Hey, Karen, I'm just not really interested in your comments, okay? So go do something else, all right? It's ridiculous. You're not interesting. You're not... There's nothing positive. Let's see. What do I get over here? So I'm not sure they actually... There it is. I got you the email. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I don't know if it's actually working. Trying to unhide Run the World. I'm not sure what happened to them. I'm going to have to take a minute here. Just a second. It's going to take a second. Settings, community moderation. All right. So you might be, yeah, there you go. I can see you now. Oh, okay. See you later, Run the World. You had a shot. You had a shot. God, you come right in and just act like a fool right out of the gate. Let's see. All right. What an idiot. Hey, unblock me, unblock me. Oh, God. Anyways, it's just crazy when people in the chat start getting, you know, belligerent almost. It's bizarre. Let's see, and we're just trying to tell you that it is a gun being racked. And you keep saying over and over and over again, even though we've just given you examples. It's bizarre. Really strange stuff. It's frustrating because that's what the trolls feed into the Delphi troll world. They're like, ooh, yeah, see, yeah, we can use that. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. You hear that? A lot of people don't hear it. But even the guy on the, you know, said, yeah, it sounds like a metallic branch being broken. That's the level of stuff. Yeah, it sounds like a metallic branch being broken. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The metallic branch. Yeah, well, watch the 7-minute one, Tevi, and you'll realize that even that's too long. I think Koberger was in the house for like 6 minutes. Right? That's what I think. That he was in the house for maybe 6 minutes. Yeah, right. What is a metallic branch? That's somebody wanting it to be a branch and admits that it sounds metallic. Why do you think it took them 6 years to find? Because we know the answer why it took them. It took them 5, not 6. But yeah, it took 5 years because the tip that was given, he went into a police station and said that he was there, And then he met up with Dan Doolin a couple days later. And by the way, he went in to report himself as soon as the image of Bridge Guy came out. The next day, he went into the police station, and then they set up an appointment with him. And then he goes out to the, he goes all the way out to the, police station and reports like, yeah, I was out there. And then he meets Dan Doolin at a store or something in the parking lot. And then he told him that he was there. He ran into, past 3 girls, went to the bridge, looking at a stock ticker, parked in an old building, and then that tip and he gave him his IMEI number, etc. Then the tip sort of got filed away, and it was marked as like complete, or whatever the hell the term was, right? Yeah, you know all the facts, right. So anyways, it's the, what do you call it? So that tip got put away into a filing cabinet. Then, it just, nobody saw it. It was marked as, what the hell was it? Like, what's the term? Looked at or completed, or I don't remember the exact terminology. And it just sat in there. And then, what the hell? Man, all of a sudden her name isn't popping into my head either, because I have so many things going on right now. Shit. What's the lady's name that found it? Somebody throw it in there. Metallic mass. You're welcome, America. Nobody knows. Kathy Shank. There you go. Kathy Spank typed in, and I said, Kathy Shank. So Kathy Shank, she's the one that was looking through. She was really aware of all the facts in the case. It's Shank, truthfully. Yeah, so she was really aware of everything. So when that tip came, when she was refiling things and organizing it, she saw it and went, wow, I know that there's 3 girls that saw a guy coming into the trails, and then gave the tip along, and that's what led to them then investigating him, and he matched everything. Richard Allen answered all the questions. Right. Answered all the questions. Let's see. Yeah, I get it, Karen, but after we explain it to you what it is, that's when you go, oh, okay, cool, that's what it sounds like. And then quit saying it sounds like a branch to me. Because as soon as you hear the metallic sound of the branch, that's when you should realize that, okay, great, thanks. Instead of, no, it still sounds like a branch. No, it still sounds like a branch. It sounds like a branch. Over and over and over again. It gets kind of old, Let's see. They gave me a hero's cape for that. Well, you're not her. Can you get rid of that person there, you guys? They're just a troll in here. Just remove them from the channel. They're not really here for any. The local law enforcement was inept beyond belief. Yeah, I don't know. There's some stuff you kind of wonder about, like, like for example, I don't know. It's just, there's just things. But I mean, I think they were absolutely working their asses off trying to follow the information. I don't think any of them was lazy or anything like that. Sometimes I just think people don't think of certain things, But they got enough information, and basically it all just comes down to somebody didn't find that tip soon enough. That's it. That's the answer. They didn't find the tip soon enough, and that's why there wasn't an arrest made way back then. This case should have been over in, I would say a week. All right. The 15th is when he reported himself, and I think 2 days later or so, he met up with Doolin, and then I think they would have been all over that, got a warrant and all this stuff, and then immediately he would have been way easier to arrest than it was all those years later. I think it would have only been about a week. Yeah, don't make a video of Moofies. Come on, Jesus, that's ridiculous. If you were on the case, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I just think about different things. I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but I mean, also you'd think the defenses are idiots too, though. I mean, because on this video here, I mean, it's just, it's crazy. Like, well, here's the original video, right? Listen, just listen to the beginning of this. Watch. What do you hear here? What do you hear right there?
See, this is
And I'm not talking about, do not listen to the crunching or the people talking. Listen to the ambient sound in the background. Just listen. Coming up. Right there. Yeah, I actually hear a vehicle, it's probably a truck, out on one of the freeways over there. But you think the defense would have used it to be like, hey, see, there is a vehicle driving by right then. But, you know, it's probably a truck right here on a highway, shifting or doing whatever, or it could even be over on this one, but very possible on 300 there. And there's a vehicle, but when you boost it up, it sounds like it's closer, but that's just because you're boosting it up. But there is a sound there. And it's weird that you would think that the defense team would have said, oh, wow. But, you know, it wasn't mentioned by, like, a lot of people didn't notice it, right? Yeah, I think it's a truck. I think it's like a semi, you know, big truck. Maybe it's too high pitched for that, so maybe it's just like a pickup truck or something. But yeah, right. So then there was this yesterday. The dumbest. There's like this group of 4 people, you know, like Snay. What are their names? This one wacko that's been in prison multiple times, tries to sing but absolutely sucks. You got Julie Melvin, and then the prof. I mean, literally 4 of the dumbest people on the planet. Now they go, great, we'd pay you any day. Well, it's hard to debate people who are conspiracy theory nut jobs, all right? Those are the people that are hard because they can just claim something and there's no way to disprove something that they might say. You know, like, great, we think an alien did it. Well, how do I prove that an alien didn't do it? You know, maybe Richard Allen is an alien, right? But I haven't been able to perform any tests on him to determine whether that's true or not. So they sat up there for like 2 hours saying some of the dumbest stuff you've ever heard in your life. Okay. Embarrassing, just lunatic stuff. You know what they said, you guys? This is the level that I'm talking about. They think that Kelsey is at the other end of the bridge and that the whispering sound is her. Okay, because there's no way you can hear whispering from that far away. Okay, there's no way. Yeah, well, listen, this is what it sounds like. You can hear it, listen. Hear how quiet that was? Just barely whispering right there. Can you guys hear that? And she says, like, don't leave me up here. All right, just listen to this. Watch. You can hear whispering there, right? And then I boost it up so you can hear it. Listen. There's actually some whispering going on at the beginning, but we don't know what she's saying. I almost said, if I said they're saying, there goes, I say there's another person. Right here, watch. He's right behind me, isn't he? Now watch this. You want to hear something crazy? She's actually moving her mouth with the sound. Watch. See? She's literally saying it. But apparently that's Kelsey sitting there. But they see, that's how dumb. I mean, these people, they I don't know if they look at this stuff or they try to pretend that they can't see it, but it's scary. You can literally see her mouth moving, saying, you know, he's right behind me, isn't he? We don't know what it actually says, Tevi. Everybody says something different, and your guess isn't as better than anybody else's. All right, so let's see. I think she says, isn't he, at the end. Listen, can you hear that? Watch this. Like, isn't he? You know, isn't he, or something like that. Isn't he right behind? He's right behind me, isn't he? Something like that. It doesn't really matter. Whatever she's saying, she's referring to the guy back behind her there. Right. But anyways, you guys, we're still currently only at 40% of the goal tonight. So if you're out there and you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. My channel relies on your generosity on these nightly shows, and without the support of you guys, it's hard to justify still doing the nightly shows. The videos I make on these cases do pretty well sometimes, but when I do these 3-hour shows, there's certain nights like this one where it seems like people just sort of take a night off, even though I'm not taking a night off. So if you guys could help support the channel, that'd be great. Thank you. They haven't accused who? These people, all they do is accuse Kelsey. Every single day they say something. There's another story over and over and over again. It's just so weird watching this because, you know, this is something we've waited for so long, and I made my own stabilized version. And it's interesting right there. You see her stepping over the missing railroad tie right there. And then she takes 1, 2, there's probably a third. Yep, I mean, so you can actually count her steps here. Watch this. Okay, so watch. She steps over the railroad tie, right. Watch now. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. And you can kind of continue on, and I'm sure she has the same pace. You know, so literally you could do that. So let's see. Right foot, left foot, 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 and then she's going to be stepping off.
Pass. There we go.
I wonder if that's a good way to measure. It's hard to, well, you don't know what her steps are. 2.5 feet, 3 feet. Hey, thanks, JL. Cool. Very cool. I don't think any of us would know what we would do in that same circumstance. Yeah, I don't know. But, looking at these, I have different videos in here. I can't remember what they're about. Let's see what this. Yeah, I think it's accurate to say though that the person's about 2.3 times further back. That makes sense. Like if she's 20 feet, he's 65 or 8, something like that. She's 20 feet, he's 68, and he's making up ground. And 68 feet would be about right back somewhere like in this area right here. And maybe she's 20, so if we went like from right here, 20, that's 58 feet. So she'd be about right here. And then 68 feet is just past the platform right there. So I think when she first started, though, she was more than that. Which is probably like right there. Let's see, what's that distance? Maybe that's the one right there. And that is 27 feet. So he would be at like 80 something feet. 27, 54, and 27 times 3 would be 81, I think. And then add some more, like another 10. So 91 feet away from the end. So I would say like he could have been about like right, where's that? Well, that's 298 feet. So that means he was 91 feet. That's pretty crazy, right? So 91 feet is just a little bit past platform 6 right there. So if she was 20 feet, 27 feet, then 81 plus 33% or so, add another 10, and then you're at 91 feet, so it's back behind platform 6, and then she's right at the 27 foot mark. So that kind of makes sense. That he wasn't really that far back. It's crazy though, that platform that you see behind him is like 200 and something feet. Thanks, you criminal, for the coffee earlier. Oh, and Ted Bundy also. Didn't see that one. Yeah, this is one of those nights, if I was in prison right now, no chance I'm getting out. I can tell. And the thing is, on this channel, I actually try to intentionally push to raise super chats in here, because that's what we use to, at the end of the month, I give away a lot of the ad revenue and channel memberships, etc., and super chats to our DNA fund, scholarship fund, and the charities we give money to. And the rest goes to supporting my channel to allow me to keep going. So it's really difficult having nights like this. You know, it's we were on a nice little roll where we could have a great month, and then we get set back dramatically for no reason. You know, was the information tonight boring or not interesting? Or looking at his footsteps on the bridge, can you not calculate from the time Abby runs into the shot? No, because we don't know how far his footsteps are. Yeah. I know exactly where she's standing in the video. Maybe we could try it like what I was trying earlier, by using a combination of like this video, and then we, okay, so what if we start right here, and there's that one discolored one. Let's see if we can find that same discolored railroad tie in the actual video over here. The one that looked like that. That's it right there. Okay. All right. So now we can do a combination of two different videos. All right. You see that? That is the spot right there. That's sweet. There it is. That's that one. And then right here, look. What happened to the one I was just looking at? I think it was the clear video, wasn't it? Man, how in the hell does that happen? Just disappeared. Yeah, this is the video. It's nice and clear. Yeah, right there. Okay, so it's that one. When we go to this one, I see it right there. Right here. So if we can count from, I'm going to go back as far as I can on this one, actually. There it is. So it starts there. So 1. Okay, we're going to give this one last, and we're going to add 40% after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. You can keep going. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So 54, 53 right to the first platform 6. Yeah, so we say 53, we said. All right, remember that number. Type 53 in there or something. But hey, you guys, any chance you can pretend that this is a normal night and help support the channel? Any chance at all? Okay. So that one is here, and there's 53 more to that. And then what happens if we go to... I mean, let's try to get to... how about, can we get to half tonight? So we're actually currently 30... Let's see. 25 plus 9. 34 short of half. Is that something we can try to do as a group? Yeah, let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. She's way over here. So I guess that is how it starts. She's pretty far along anyways. Okay. See, there's that's the one right there. See that? So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I don't know what that is. Like 9 here. 9, 10, 11. So 11. So it's 11 to that one. Oh, I can do this. So that's 12. All right. So it's 12 to that. Let me go back to this one. 12. And she's right at that right there. So let's do this. 12. So that one right there is 12. Then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And that's the one she steps over right there. So let's just do that. Let me go back again. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So right at the 24th one, right when she plants her foot down, she's 24 railroad ties away. Okay, calculator. So 24 times, 8.5 equals, so that's 204 inches, and then we say plus, like let's just say 30%. So 204, and then let's say times 30, or 0.30 equals, and then plus 204 equals. So 265 and then divided by 12 equals 22.1 feet. Hey, thanks. Nah, I got nothing. All right, all we need now is 14 more. Who's going to do it to get to 50%? Thank you. And there's Karen Morrison. Thank you. Is that a new color, you guys? Has anybody seen that before? That color, right there. That's a different blue. Usually it's like this dark blue or something. So look at that, 22.1 feet. Does that make sense? Let's see what happens up here if we go 22.1 feet. So maybe that's the start. It's 19, right where I had that. Isn't that crazy? So right there, I have a feeling it's that one though. And that's the thing she stepped over. So that's 26 feet. And so if it was 20 feet and we did 40%, like we originally said, that would be right there. So that's where I think she's standing. I think that's where it is. What's 204 divided by 12? So it has 17 feet of railroad ties. And then let's say you put in, it was, so I guess if you did like 5, that'd be a third, that'd be 22, but that's less than a third. So if you did 40%, it'd probably be like 24-ish. And that's really close to that darkness, which would be the missing railroad tie that she's stepping over. Notice how nothing else in that range looks quite like that. That looks pretty dark right there, all the way across. So it feels like that could be the one that she's stepping over. So I'm going to put that right there, because these are all light in this area. Now there is a dark one there, but that's not far enough. It doesn't make sense. I don't know, even if it was there, it's only 16 feet. I think I did that right though, measuring the railroad ties, and they're 8.5. So let me just try this one more time. Okay, there's one. Those are 8.5 inches. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then, okay, one more time. Shit. Hey, thanks, Laura. A lot of people are battling hard things right now, so thank you for providing a sense of community. And freaks are welcoming. Yeah, yeah. And thank you guys for being here watching. I mean, I still do the show. It's like some nights when we're slower, maybe I'll go off and make a video or something, but I'm sitting here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think you gotta use it like that shot right there. One. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there a 7? I think that's just 6. I mean, it's really damaged. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There could be 2 right there, though. Is that? You think that's 2? Yeah, that's 2. So that's why that was 12 on the one that we can identify. Then you bring that over to here, and that one is right here. So then it's, yeah. So that would be the 12th one. Then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, I think you got to be over here because that's where the grass is. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is that 2 of them? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and then that's 27, and then I think that one was 25. Let me go back again. Okay, so 12. 13. I'm just doing it again. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So it's 24 right there when she steps down. So let's measure it from there and let's see where it looks like. Hey, thanks. Nah, I got nothing. It's the old Aussie. Miss you all and hope to be back soon. Love you, Gray and mods and freaks. Are you? Did you have a different name before? I've seen that name a few times out there, but yeah. Well, try not to make comments like you make run the world, because that's what gets you in trouble there. You know, nobody asks for your opinion on the sort of emotional welfare, well-being of other people that, somebody might be arguing with in chat. Just comment on the cases. That'd be great. Yeah, it's hard to say because some of them have like 4 or 5 inches and then some are 3. But let's just pretend. I think 3 is a good number. So if you have 24... So 20, let's clear this all out of here. I'm going to put my little calculator over. 24 times 8.5 equals, so that's how many inches, and then just keep that in mind. And then 3 times 23 times 23 equals plus 204 equals divided by 12 equals. So that's 22.75 feet. That's kind of what we had before. And it, it makes sense actually. Because it's only about 55 feet to about right up in there. And that's way back there because these are a bunch of railroad ties bunching up. Let's see. Nah, I got nothing. Well, hell, you guys. Now we're only 23 short of reaching our low-end goal. What do you guys think of that? I said that, Pete. Do you see it on the screen right there? Hey, Pete can read, everybody. Pete Hutchins can read. Look at the screen right there, everybody. He can read. All right. 22.75. All right, let's go up here. And let's see what happens where we're at when we go to 22.75. I mean, it looks like that's the start of the bridge, but I mean, could it be right there? How far is that? That's 26 feet. 22.75 is kind of like right in there. I just think that that's the spot because that's the missing railroad tie. And this was April 2017. It's definitely not that right here. No chance at that. Let's go back to the 2012. How does that one look? See, again, look at that one right there. That's 26.7 again. What if that's not the start and the start's right there? That's 25.2. Yeah. See, I think it's more than the average is more than 3 inches between them. I think it's more like 4 inches. Yeah, that's nowhere near that distance though, you guys. I mean, you can tell, right, Miles? I mean, look at the screen here. These are the railroad ties. Those look anything like 12? These railroad ties are 8.5 inches wide. Okay, so look at the space there. Just looking at this, and just go from the edge where my mouse is to right there, the next one. That distance is about like here to there. I mean, it could be as much as 6 inches in some of these. And some of them are tighter. Like that one looks pretty wide. I mean, that's 8.5 inches. That's probably 6 inches, 7 inches there again. And this one over here is at least that again. So what if we do, instead of, let's do 5 inches. All right. Yeah, could be 6 inches. Yeah. Definitely could be. Because that one right there is 8.5. So if you took that, and that's farther away, so that would probably be 7 or 8 inches, that one. And see, you can right here you can actually see the distance pretty well, but some of them are more bunched up. So I'm going to say the average distance is 5 inches. Yeah, because some are way larger. So let's try that one then. Oh, look at that. 26.5. And guess where that lands? Wow, that's crazy. Watch that. So now if we go to 2017 and we go right here, that's why that one looks right to me. So if you go start of the bridge to there, it is 26.6. Boom shakalaka. So that's pretty good. That one's the dark one. See how that's dark? Because that's a missing railroad tie there. All the way across. Basically. It's destroyed. And so that's where she is. Like, precisely. All right. Very cool, very cool. I got nothing. My neutral pathway will take a couple years. Neural pathway. Now I got nothing. 38 months. Megazoid. Oh, you're Aussie Trish. That's what I thought. I thought you were Aussie Trisha. That's what I thought. I didn't want to offend like another Aussie if I got the wrong thing, but that's what I thought. I think the Aussies are some of my biggest supporters over here. The ones with the logical ones. You know, Aussies sometimes are a little bit more conspiratorial. But, you know, if I'm able to have ones that back what I'm doing. Gray, that was mean. Hey, Zozo's the one that told me that. I mean, what am I supposed to do? That's what she told me. I know it's Aussie Trisha. I just read that. That's what I just said. Yeah. She wrote it in her note that I just read. Yeah. So right now we're at that stage. We only have 3 new members tonight, by the way, which is pretty low. I'd like to donate the 5, but we're still 74 away from just that level where I donate the 5 memberships. Oh yeah, you're the biggest supporter? All right. Yeah, we have the ones that are at least mildly logical. What do you mean, except one? What do you mean, Pete? Go ahead, type it in. What is it, Pete? Yeah, how do you not love Aussies? They're pretty cool people. Yeah, they're their own little, totally different than everybody, other people. You know, they're just got their own sort of way of being. Yeah, good for you. I'm not saying he didn't leave it accidentally, Pete. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm saying I think it's possible that he left the sheath there as a calling card. And I've given the reasons. I've given you 2 different stories. They're the exact, a different story for each one, and both of them are just as plausible. And I've said it 100 times. So when you say stuff like that, we don't know, right? Well, right. You don't know if it was or not, Pete. You have no way of knowing. I'm just saying that it's possible. Look at these wackos showing up here. What are they planning coming up? Pete says that, and then Beverly goes, yeah, Pete, hey, it's possible. And then I agree, Pete. Yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. I mean, where have you been, Mark? Haven't seen you comment all night long. Haven't said a damn word since the beginning of the show. Right, but I'm not even sure, Pete, as I've said 100 times. I don't know. It's either one of 2 things. He left the knife sheath there intentionally as a calling, not a calling, well, yeah, like a calling card. Like, hey, everybody, I was here. He was going to be called, once he was finally arrested someday, Koberger the K-Bar Killer. You know, that's what he wanted to be known as. And the knife sheath was apparently pretty clean. I guess we heard more recently that there was blood mixture on there, and that makes it less likely that it was left as a calling card, right? Makes it less likely, because that means he didn't really clean it, and that they just happened to find one single source of DNA on the button snap. Maybe the rest of it was absolutely covered with blood, and they were only able to find one single source on the button. And then we have all of the other, the 2 scenarios that I come up with are that the person was, you know, Brian Koberger, he goes into the house at, you know, he parks at 4:08, but he doesn't go into the house till like 4:10, 4:11 or so. And that's right around the time maybe Xana is sort of, you know, they already gotten their DoorDash. Maybe they've eaten some of it. Maybe she puts the bag in the kitchen. Don't know. Maybe that was from another time. But either way, it seems like maybe she saw him coming in and mentioned, hey, there's somebody here. And that's what prompted him to kill or attack Xana and Ethan first. And then after attacking, my theory is just as logical as the other one. There isn't any, you can't say, well, Gray, because there's nothing you can say that can reverse out that it's just as logical. So he attacks Xana and Ethan first, and he thinks he kills both of them. Then he goes upstairs and he attacks Madison. That was his initial goal, but he got interrupted. So he goes up there and he attacks Madison, but there happens to be Kaylee in there, and that threw a wrench in it. So he killed both of them. And then on the way downstairs, he hears whimpering sounds, and he realizes he didn't kill Xana, so he goes down over there. Maybe she's even still standing up trying to get out, and he goes, it's okay, I'm here to help you. And then he attacks her, and then the loud thud is her hitting the ground, and then he leaves the house, and that's when the dog's barking upstairs at like 4:17. Then he goes over to his vehicle, and he does blood spatter mitigation by removing his bloody clothing, putting it in the plastic bags, and put it in his car, etc. And then about 3 minutes later, he speeds away at a high rate of speed at 4:20 and 47 seconds. There's that one. Then there's another one where, yeah, but you're saying it, you're disagreeing with something I haven't claimed as a fact, Pete. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I give you all the different theories. All right, I've said it 5 times now, but you keep saying the same stupid thing over and over again. All right, so the next theory would be that you park the car at 4:08 and put the blood spatter mitigation stuff outside. You go in the house at like 4:09. Then the killer goes upstairs, and when he goes upstairs, at that point, Xana, perhaps, if it's true, what was said by Ann Taylor, that, well, the problem is what Dylan said she saw coming down the stairs was one of the girls that was upstairs, because Xana wasn't found in a bed, I don't think. Right? But anyways, let's just say that Xana went upstairs, saw like there was somebody maybe in the room, and she's like, hey, there's somebody here. And then after he killed him, he goes downstairs, and I don't know. It's weird. Like when somebody said there's somebody here, is that when Xana sees him going upstairs, or like she's in the living room coming down and then sees somebody kind of slightly coming down the stairs after she drops the bat? Let's say he goes upstairs at 4:10 and he goes upstairs immediately and he kills them. By 4:13 they're already dead, and then that's right, she's done using TikTok. She's bringing her bag back to the kitchen, and then she's already left the kitchen. She's going into the living room and looks behind her and sees somebody coming down and goes, hey, there's somebody here. Then he ran after her, followed her, and attacked her in the room, or near the room, and then continues into the room, and then he kills her and Ethan, and then he goes looking for, he's like, oh shit, where's the hell's my knife sheath? Then he goes, looks for it in the house for a little bit, can't find it. Then he hears Xana, still alive, making whimpering sounds, and attacks her, and then she hits the ground. Then he exits the kitchen out of the sliding glass door after saying, hey, I'm here to help you. That part. Yeah, none of us know. It's just a theory, Pete, but you keep saying you disagree with it. There's nothing you can say that can disprove that at all, okay? I'm telling you that I don't know what it is, and I've said that since the beginning. I just have different theories. I'll make videos on them based on logic, common sense, etc., and both of them are just as easily logical, That's it. Okay, so when you go, oh, I disagree with that, well, okay, you can disagree with it, but I didn't say that was my opinion. That's absolutely what happened. All right, guys, we're only 24 short of reaching the low end of the goal. So who's going to help out and get to that number, you guys? Got 320 people. Should be pretty easy. All right, let's see. Anyways, did you guys find the Delphi stuff pretty interesting? We did the measurement again. We've pretty much figured out where she was on the bridge when Libby is, at least the part where she's stepping over. I mean, here's what's crazy. So if we go back on here really quick. Let's go back. I guess no then. See that right there? That darkness, this place right here, kind of a caved in. And actually this makes a hell of a lot more sense. Because look to the left there. I mean, it does it's kind of dark all the way across, but I think at some point it's not as deep. But there it is, this hollowed out railroad tie. She avoids that. And you see it. I mean, it's crazy how incredibly, like, watch this. So there's the grasses. See the grasses right there? And then if we go back to this, let's just rewind it a little bit. And there it is. There's those same grasses right there. So that's where she's standing. Right here. She's about to step over that. So go back to here. And there's those grasses right there on the right. And then look. See that dark line right in front of her foot right there? That is that wide gap. And then let me go back to here again. Yeah, and look at that. See how that looks like one continuous railroad tie? See that? So there's a dark one, and then the like hay or whatever you call it. And look at how that looks like it's all connected. And that's exactly the look you get in this. Watch. See how it looks like that one's connected there? The one her foot's on right now is the one that's in front of the grasses. See, there it is. And then watch, she steps another short step because it's a really small, and she's getting ready to step over with a long step over that gap where there's a destroyed railroad tie, and then she steps down again, passes another one, and again you can actually time it with their feet. So she's walking really consistently. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and now she's probably off the end of the bridge if I played it.
Pass.
Yeah, see that? Ran by it. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Crazy, huh? Mm-hmm. Why wasn't the bridge closed off to the public? Who cares, Brian? Why do you ask stuff like that? Like, what difference does it make? What relevance does it have to do with anything? It was just a bridge, a park that people would play on. That's it, man. I just don't understand questions like that. Yeah, it's closed now because of all the people complaining and whining, and took away something that was a cool place. You can still go out there. It's open. You just can't cross all the way. You can go a third of the way across because it's actually a platform they built. I don't really understand. Who cares? Why did the parents let him go out there? I want to complain and tell everybody how I'm so much better than everybody. I was actually shocked that this was 1080p. That was something that was a little bit shocking to me. Couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is gonna. I think I'm gonna do a lot more of these shots right here. I'm gonna make like 100 of them. You know, the 360-degree inside the house like that. Just put them everywhere. You know, like this is probably where the 911 call was happening. And you can show all the different rooms, but mainly in the upper stairs. Like that's going up the stairs. And even from on the stairs. So like literally on the stairs right here. If I go to right there, see how you can see through the walls? See, there's where Dylan is. And Xana's right over there. Kaylee's room is up there, and that's where Madison, Mogan, and Kaylee are, way up in that room right then. And now you're at the top of the stairs looking down, and there's Xana's room right over here. And then this is back in the living room area, and that's Dylan's room. And this is in Xana's room. You know, maybe that's Ethan on the bed, and Xana's on the ground right there. And that's sort of outside the room, heading down the hallway. And that's sort of an interesting view right here, because this is the door to Xana's room. But from right there, you can see where, like when Koberger left the room, he'd be turning, and then that's where Dylan was standing in the door. And then he took a right and then went out through the sliding glass door in the kitchen. And there he is walking. There's where she would be. And then when she left her room to go down with Bethany, she ran by right here and then down the stairs. And then Bethany Funk's room's right there. So she goes down the stairs like this. There's the front door of the house. Came around like this and then went into Bethany Funk's room. Xana's room's down there. Over there. So that's why she didn't see any blood or anything. Well, I gave it a shot, you guys. I was hoping we could just try to get to that low end of the goal. We were that close. We were so close. But I guess we don't have to every single day. But I give it a good college try, as they say. So there is Dylan Mortensen's room right here. These are the stairs that go up. And from that view, those are the same shot, but there's Dylan inside of her room right there. And now we're at the top of the stairs. That's Kaylee's room, and the dog's in there. And then that's Madison Mogan's room, and you can see them actually in there right now on the bed. And then now we're in Kaylee's room. There's the deck. And look at this. This will be really kind of interesting in a second here. Right there. Look at this. look at Madison and Kaylee in this room. Dylan's right there, like literally right below that. That's why I always tell people she was in a horrendous spot. And then not far away from Xana, just outside, you know, her room, and then just slightly down the hallway there. But look where she is, right below Dylan and Madison, and there is Koberger, basically. And this is going back down the stairs again, right here. This is the kitchen. And there's the sliding glass door, him exiting. And then from that position, right through the wall, see, Ethan is actually outside of the wall because there's an extension of the house, and the blood that came out is over there. And then there's Dylan just right there again. And then all the way up on that bed is where Madison and Kaylee are, and then like the dog or whatever would be up there. But isn't that pretty valuable? Like if you're watching on this channel, don't you feel like, oh wow, I know how to get around in that house. What I should do is have a version where it's just all the solid in a row, then a version where it is solid, fading to wireframe, and that's about it. I don't think you should ever have just wireframe. It's too hard to make out everything. Yeah. So the layout of this is really good. I don't have exactly where the stove and sink and all that crap are. You don't have any of that. I know there was something like that here, but the layout's really all that matters. You know, that's the key. Oh yeah, Pete. Yeah, great. Yeah, that was fantastic. Disagreeing with a fact that I never claimed as a fact. Let's see, it's just almost like a vertical maze in the house. Not really. It's not difficult at all. I think this house is very simple, you know. I mean, I don't know why, people say it's so complicated. You just come in the front door, look. There's a storage room. That's Bethany. Other than that, these are just bathroom and a storage room. Doesn't make any difference. Then you go up the stairs, right? Let's just go up the stairs. These stairs that are right here. That's the same front door. So again, storage over there. Bethany over there. Then you go up in the living room. And there's the living room. And then just straight ahead is Xana's room. Dylan Mortenson's right through the wall there. Nothing to it. The kitchen's right over there. Simple. And basically, let's go up there's Dylan's room. And then you make your way up those are the stairs that go up that are right outside of Dylan's room. And then right above her room is Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez. That's it. It's a very simple, small house. Very simple. Always do what? Nobody knows what you're talking about. You haven't said a word all night. Yeah, I just said I think it's very possible that he did that. Right. Yeah, I mean, I was told too by, I actually talked to Steve Gonzalez a while ago, and he said that, yeah, they think he probably just left it there accidentally. I already know all that. I'm just saying it's possible that it was left there as a calling card. Right? That's it. You keep repeating the same shit over and over. It's just kind of annoying. I think you guys are actually a band of trolls. Hey, Miro 128, the roommates have absolutely nothing to do with it, okay? Yeah. It has nothing to do with it at all. Is there any way you can enhance the background audio of the 911 call? I don't know. I've done it already. I already have that version. Tell you what, if we get to the goal, we're only 23 short. We get there in the next 5 minutes. I will play my version of the enhanced 911 call. How do you think about that? We've got 300 people here. Should be the easiest damn thing to do in the world. Should have been all night. But instead, it's been a struggle, a slog. You guys, unbelievable, man. Pretend we're at Starbucks, for God's sakes. Wasn't this better than a one coffee that you get? Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of. Let's start deleting people that are sitting there overly agreeing, because these are the trolls. They all came in together. I know exactly what they're doing. It's pretty obvious. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Right, that's what they wrote in that note. You know, he just said he saw the horror. I think it was Hunter. So actually, Hunter's the guy, and Emily, his girlfriend, is the neighbor woman. Sounds like it, Pete. You seem like you brought a little band of merry wackos in here that you seem to all be kind of commenting together. It's a little strange. No, he didn't lock a door. Here's what I will say. I don't think there's a chance in hell when he went back at 9 in the morning it was to go find the knife sheath. That'd be ludicrous. You would think the place would be swarming with cops. And it wasn't. And he didn't go in there, even when it wasn't. So he went there to check on it. Yeah. Okay, Miles. Yeah. Good for you. We know that. I don't know. It seems too coincidental, Pete, because your comments aren't really that great. So it's a little strange when I've already told you I'm not married to the idea that the knife sheath was left there intentionally. I've just said it's a possibility. And, you know, I don't know if I was leaning in that direction or just like, I think it's really possible because it matches the information better than the other one. All right? It matches the information better. Why are you confused? I read it yesterday on the show, the note. Or the message on there, not a note, but like a... Is it this one? Yeah, right here. I read it. I read this thing to music yesterday. Don't you remember? No? It says right here... forget it. I don't even want to do it. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Thanks to Allie Cake, Paul Ayers, Monica Reeves, Sandy Shirley, Olivia, Joe VW, Kathy Fredenmaker, Jerry Walker, Vicky White, Kay Me, Richard Watts, Jacob Johnston, something like Theo Roy or something, then Rivy, then Allie Cake, Ivan Victor, Laura, Timothy Cecil. I mean, the father said exactly the same sentence. You know, he literally said out loud that Hunter, with his quiet, stoic resolve, protected those girls from a nightmare that one should ever be forced to witness. He stepped into the abyss, shielding them from horrors that will haunt him forever. For that, the Gonzalez owes him a debt that words cannot repay. See, there you go, right? He said it exactly the same sentence, so that's why it felt like it's like just repeating what he said, but let's see. Right, but that was one of the key takeaways from it, Moofy, so I don't know how you colored me confused. I mean, that was the main takeaway from it when I read it. Alright, anyways. Also, thanks to Ivan Victor, Alley Kate Gifted One, Timothy Cecil, Stealthy, Jim Lawn, Karen Morrison, Nah, I Got Nothing. Then Laura, then Run the World, and Nah, I Got Nothing. So just, I mean, basically without that, man, we're at the lowest numbers I've ever seen. Then we have Nah, I Got Nothing, 38 months. All right. And let's see. And we got Chris Fiend and Twice on PayPal's. And let's see what we got. A UQ Criminal on Buy Me a Coffee. And we got Leda on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you. A couple cups of coffee there. And Ted Bundy. And Julia. And Tito. And Lisa Valenzuela. And Paulette. There you go. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing.
I've already explained it. I don't know which one he left on purpose or he didn't. Or he didn't. I've said it twice. I agree that both of them are just as logical.
Crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector.
That doesn't make any sense.
My nectar. Professor Grader's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector.
He could have just had the knife sheath in his pocket.
And I'm meaner than a specter with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all. Just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
So the thing is, if he left the knife sheath there, if he left the knife sheath there intentionally, he didn't have it, the knife really in it. He walks into the house with a knife in his hand, the knife sheath is just placed somewhere, like in his pants or pocket. And then he would just leave it there when he's done killing. So it makes just as much sense if he killed Xana or Ethan or whatever order he killed people in. It makes just as much sense. I think he was going to, if he was leaving it there intentionally, he didn't have it be part of what he's doing. Like, he's not, like, he just walks into the house with the knife in his hand and the sheath is somewhere. Then he places it as a calling card. He's not using it to, sheathe the knife, if you will. He's just, he's maybe it was in there as he got to the house, but then he took it out, put the sheath in his pocket. So it doesn't make less sense if he killed Xana and Ethan first. But, whatever people think, I don't know which one it is. I do not know. I think it's possible, both of them. Well, I guess we might not ever know the answer to that question, unless he confesses and says that that's what he did, or we're just never going to get to know the answer. So it's one of those things we can talk about over and over and over and over, and it's just not going to ever really get an answer. Yeah, they make the exact amount of sense using the information that's out there. Right. So there's two theories where he left the sheath there intentionally. I mean, you could say but each of the theories that I'm saying, he didn't leave it. I mean, the one where he kills the girl, Xana, or Kaylee and Madison first, and goes downstairs, and then goes up to look for the knife sheath, that's where he leaves it on accident, because that's why he's looking for it. That's it. That's it right there. And then the other theory is purely the theory that he left it intentionally. But even in that one, he might not have, because that's not dependent on that. The one where it's Xana first, so Xana and Ethan, then he goes upstairs and kills Madison, and then he just hears Xana making noises, so he attacks her again, and then he ends up leaving the house right there. So it has nothing to do with, like, the knife sheath part isn't part of it. My first theory is him going up looking for it, and that's why, he goes up looking for it, and that's why he's upstairs again, and then is able to hear Xana. So had he come down the stairs and Xana wasn't making a noise, it's possible he would have just taken a left and left the house. But then Xana was still alive, so he said, "It's okay, I'm here to help you." And you would only say that to somebody you already attacked once and is already injured. Okay? So he'd already attacked that person before. You wouldn't be attacking somebody and right in the middle of their attack say, "Hey, it's okay, I'm here to help you." That just doesn't make any sense. So that means you're seeing them a second time after they had been attacked. That's just the reality of it. Is it an interesting video? Let me get that. That's from the, is that from the bar or something? Let me look. Yeah, that's what it looked like. So that's these two right over here? Or are they out? Like, is that her right here? Where is she? That's her right there? Or is he outside over here? That's him right there, right? I don't know, man. I can't. Yeah, that's him over here, right? This guy? You know, he reminds me of his little Timmy. Like in the Murdoch. That's him right there, right? That's him. That's his gray shorts, his pants. Is that him puking out there? He's peeing. He's peeing right now, isn't he? The hell's he doing? A freaking nutcase. I guess they had a circle on him. It was so small. It was stupid. Jesus. Yeah, anyways, this guy right over here is he just like peeing? I'll just put that in my folder over here. Alright, you guys, we're going to have to hopefully do better tomorrow. Who the hell knows? But thanks, everybody. Yeah, it's hard to tell what he was doing. Kind of looked like he was peeing. I know he threw up and so did she. It's just hard to say. Alright, thanks, everybody. See you later.